Hello everybody, this is Dr. Carmen Bryant. Welcome back to Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Thank you guys for all the new subscribers that have joined this wonderful tribe. Thank you so much for all your support. Today I wanted to talk about, because I did a video yesterday on narcissists and the holidays, the in-laws. Someone asked me to do a video on narcissistic in-laws. Well, today I wanted to piggyback off of that because I did say that, what if you're dealing with, I want to do a video on the narcissists that may have been told they have a terminal illness, they're dying, and they're sick, and what that might be like. There's so many stories that I hear, there's so many things that I witness, and become a part of, in encouraging people, coaching people, counseling people. And, the biggest thing when people come into counseling with me is death and dying in general. When they have a family member that's either dying or they have a family member that has died. For those people that have taken upon the responsibility of becoming the sole care provider for a dying relative, mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, uncle, best friend, whoever. A lot of you feel that what's called compassion fatigue. Compassion fatigue is something that is usually experienced by healthcare professionals, those that are in the helping field, mental health providers. That's why it's imperative for us to take breaks, because you are so involved in other people's trauma and pain and hurt, and you hear stories after stories, you see pain after pain, you see trauma after trauma. And especially for coaches that are dealing with people that are dealing with narcissist abuse, you can get to a point where you will burn out. And when you burn out, which is called, you will start experiencing the compassion fatigue. It's almost like you stop caring. You don't care anymore. And it's not that the person doesn't care anymore. It's the fact that they're burnt out. There's so much. It's just like a super empath going supernova. You get to a point where you burn out. You're so tired that you burn out. And the same for people that are in the helping field, mental health providers, or people that are care providers, whether the person is a narcissist or whether the person is not a narcissist. And the care, being a care provider, you provide home care, and you're there 24 hours a day to have to take care of this individual, oxygen tank, medications, round the clock care. You're lacking sleep, you need a break. Other people don't. You have, some of them have told me that family members don't want that responsibility, then you end up becoming the care provider, and they always have something to say. They always want to tell you how to do something better. They always want to tell you how to do what to do, but nobody wants to help, give you a lending or lend you a hand, even to give you a break or relieve you, especially if you have a member, a family member, or whoever you're caring for that is in maybe the last stages of their life, a terminal illness and disease, and they're dying. The sad part about the whole situation is that a narcissist wants attention any way they possibly can get it, meaning that even on their dying bed, they want fuel. What better way to get copious amounts of fuel but to have doctors and nurses and care providers and family members, concerned over the health and well-being of a family member that's dying? Well, that for a lot of people in the end stages of their life, they become humble, they become regretful, they become, they want to get people, they want to apologize for a lot of things they've done, and how they made people feel. They become humble because they realize that they can't take care of themselves anymore, and why burn bridges? Let me recreate or fix these bridges. Let me apologize for what I've done, because now I need you to help me, and a lot of times you feel, they cry a lot, they're regretful, I hurt people, I'm sorry. Well, with a narcissist, you can't expect that. You're not going to get any closure, because with a narcissist, when they find out they can get copious amounts of fuel during the stages of a terminal illness or dying, they're going to abuse the situation even more. They will guilt trip you. They will play on your emotions. It's bad enough they have a disease, but they amplify it even more. For those that have dementia, you will also notice that sometimes they go in and out of reality where you don't realize that they are a narcissist anymore. It's almost like, I forgot that I'm a narcissist, but they go in and out of reality where there are times where they're tolerable. And the times they come back and forth in reality, they're still who they are, a narcissist. They still have NPD, and sometimes in between those pockets, you can work with them. And in between the times that they're in their, in reality, you can't work with them. Likewise, for those that are dying or are terminally ill, they will suck the fuel the pure energy out of you because they realize that you are submitted to them. You are committed to them, and you'll do almost anything. And isn't that the goal of a narcissist? To get you to do anything that they want you to do. Anything. That is the perfect opportunity, which is sad. A perfect opportunity when they're dying to get anything, and most of you who have a good heart, that have compassion, that have the ability to feel like that, well, this is the last time that I'm going to see this individual. These are the last moments, the last year. You put your whole life on hold. Family put their whole life on hold to be a care provider and to take care. And the more you do it, the less appreciated you feel doing it. You feel less appreciated, and you feel as if you are now obligated to do this, and you're looking at them like, you do know I can put you in a nursing home, or I can put you in a there's one that, what is it called, hospice. You do know that I can put you in a hospice for more, for around-the-clock care, and I can just come see you. But some of you have become very passionate. Even though they are who they are, I'm not going to let my mother, father, sister, uncle, brother, whoever, die in a hospice or in a nursing home without me, because I will feel guilty. I will have regret. I will ask questions, but that is a part of the grief and loss. I meet a lot of people who have lost a loved one, and they come in the office and they're full of shame and guilt. They're embarrassed. They don't want to tell anybody, and they disclose to me like, you don't understand how much relief I've gotten, and I feel so guilty. They're so guilt-ridden, and I tell them that is a normal feeling of relief. Number one, that they're not suffering anymore, but number two, that you've gotten your life back and you're not suffering anymore. And so a lot of people struggle, and actually say, I'm happy that the person died, but I'm not happy. And I feel guilty saying that because I'll be shunned by my family, or I would be made to look like the criminal. How dare you in the last moments of their life feel the way you feel. That's very normal, especially when you've gotten compassion fatigue and you don't have breaks and relief, and people don't understand what goes on behind closed doors, because you are still being tormented. You are still being gaslighted, and it's almost like to 1,000th, sorry about that, 1,000th% that people don't know what's going on behind closed doors, the covert narcissism and abuse, that when no one is around, that individual is just really tormenting you. And they're getting copious amounts of fuel because they have you where they want you, in that confined space, that confined area, and then they use that illness to make it appear when other people come around as if you're abusing them. You're not providing them their needs. They want other people to do it. Come and help me. And other people, I'm not getting ready to do it. You can do it. I can't. I don't have the time. I don't have the light. You have the time. I don't have the time and light. No, what they're saying is, I already know what you're going through. But they're not going to tell you. But I know what you're going through, and I'm not going to go through that. And they're allowing you to be tormented, and hurt in the process of the narcissist dying. That is a horrible way to leave this earth, to leave this place of existence, to leave out kicking and screaming that I want fuel, and you need to bow down, and you need to worship me, and you need to do what I say. And some of them become drug addicts because they do get, hospitals don't have a problem with prescribing heavy narcotics to manage pain, and they will abuse that as well. And a lot of you are scratching your head like, I don't get it. You're dying and you're still evil. You're still mean and hateful. I thought maybe this would humble you, and and I'm the one caring for you. No one else wants to help you. I'm the only one that is helping you. And they got you where they want you. And that's sad, because some of you guys are suffering. Some of you are not going through the spouse or the loved one, meaning, an intimate relationship. Some of you guys are going through it with your parents, dying parents, or family members or children, that these people will still abuse you until the day that they take their last breath. And that's sad, because the older that they get, the Southerners say they get ornery, but the older that they get, the worse that they get, the more irritated they get, the more people don't want to be around them. They've lost that beauty that they had at one time, especially if they were a somatic narcissist, where that beauty has faded. They can't use the beauty anymore, and they're not cerebral, or the cerebral narcissist, what most people are now ignoring or paying no attention to. And, and we have to be careful, because there's a lot of elder abuse too, and when you're dealing with dying narcissists, and I'm not saying it's right, it's absolutely wrong. You don't abuse, you don't return, what they do. You fight fire with fire. But a lot of the narcissistic elders who are so vicious are being abused by people, and people don't know that they're being abused and tormented mentally, but it's not right. It is illegal, and it is elder abuse. You have to learn to find boundaries. You have to learn, for some, I know here in the state of Washington, if you are registered with the Department of Social and Health and been trained to provide care, be the caretaker, you also get paid for it. Even through like the Veterans Administration, they will pay you to be the caretaker. But they also have respite care, where they have individuals that are like, some of them are certified nurses assistants, some of them are respite care providers that will allow you to take a break. They will come and give you an opportunity to take a vacation, to have time for yourself, maybe once a week, once a month. You guys have to take advantage of that. But a lot of you are like, I don't want to be gone and then my loved one dies while I'm not there. You still have to take care of yourself, or you will lose yourself and lose your mind. And a lot of times after the death of a narcissistic, person that they were caretaking, or a loved one in general, period, it takes a long time for the grief and the bereavement and the counseling that is associated, because there's trauma and a long history of abuse associated with that. So they're having that cognitive dissonance. They're struggling in between. I'm happy they're gone, but I feel horrible for being happy. I feel relieved, and I don't want everybody to see that I've got my life back and I'm living my life, because they're making me feel guilty at the fact that I'm living my life and that I'm happy. And now I feel guilty being happy, but yet I was miserable and I felt guilty, feeling miserable, and so, but you have to live your life. If the person has died, you know that you did the best that you could do. Don't have any regrets, and grieve. Go to a grief counselor, and get yourself back in a flow. No one has the right to tell you how you're supposed to feel, because no one knows what you went through. No one has the right to tell you how long to grieve and how, because some people don't realize it was traumatic in the first place. So it's traumatic grief. And then on top of that, you may have had a history of abuse by the individual that you're caring for now. I got away from the person and got pulled back in being the sole care provider of the individual. I never broke away from my abuser, and now I'm taking care of my abuser. Use respite care. Use the programs that they have set aside so that you can get a break. Get a counselor in between there, or a coach that helps, support you in that process while you're being the caregiver. The caregiver needs, you can't have a broken caregiver, or you have a wounded warrior, that's trying to care for another individual that is tormenting them on purpose. You are with the tormentor all the time, every day, 24 hours a day. Get yourself some counseling set up and a support set up where you can get a break on a weekly basis talking to a counselor. That may be your break, where that counselor can refresh you and help you find things and support systems, while you're going through the process. And for some of you guys, like, no, I'm putting them in respite care. I will come and visit. I'll make sure that they're okay and that they're taken care of. For some of you guys, that's what you have to do. So hopefully this has helped you. Not a very long video, but I just wanted to, expound on that, because someone asked me about that, and I wanted to talk about that really briefly, because some of you are going through that very thing right now. And so I just want you to know that, we know. Those of you that are in this tribe, we know. The outside people, and when I say the outside people, make it seem like they're outsiders, but people that really don't understand narcissism, they always have an opinion. They always have something to say. They always want to make you feel bad about how you're feeling, but no one knows what you go through. No one knows what you have been through. No one knows that the person that you're taking care of may have been your tormentor, your rapist, your molester, the person that has tormented and hurt you for so many years, and now you end up being their caretaker, and you're still being tormented, and you're still afraid of the individual. They still have power and control over you, and so my heart goes out to those of you that have stepped up to the plate to do it, because I know you're suffering. Get a good counselor. That's why I tell you guys, even if you don't have the opportunity, for some of you guys, even being the caretaker, you don't have the opportunity to leave and go anywhere to get counseling, because you can't really leave where you are. That's why there's a link. The sponsored link that's underneath my YouTube channel is www.betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. And you can find counselors, bereavement counselors, counselors that are trained in trauma, abuse, post-traumatic stress, and even a support system for those of you that can't leave. They do via I think Skype, FaceTime, telephone, but you have someone that understands. There are also, I have to find those numbers. I'll find those numbers for you. There are even online support groups that are caretakers that are going through some similar things that you're going through, and so you got to reach out, tap in to some type of source of support, help, counseling. And for those that can't get out, you look down at the betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen link. Contact them. They have decent prices, very affordable prices. Those of you that have financial problems, they will also help you financially to get you a discounted rate. First week is free, I believe, and then you have, you can vet the counselor that you're looking for, someone that's your fit, that'll work with you. And so hopefully this has helped you. Thank you so much for all of you that have joined me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Hit the bell so you know whenever I upload videos during the week. I come on live on Sundays between 8 and 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is West Coast time. And then I also have 2 Facebook pages. One is my professional Facebook page, Psychological Health Consultants and Services. And then I have my book, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse, Facebook page. Please, go to Barnes & Noble. Make sure you hit the like button because I do upload on there. Go to Barnes & Noble or go to Amazon. You can get the ebook, or you can get the Kindle, or you can get a copy of the book, so you can hold it. Easy read. It's a Christian book. Well, when I say Christian book, it is a book that I use scriptures to encourage you and to help you understand that you're not crazy and to support you. However, take the principles out. If you're not a believer, you're not a Christian, take the principles. There are many people that have contacted me that they're not Christians. They're of other religions or spiritualities, but they said that the book really helped them because they found themselves in there. These are real stories of real people that have went through and were going through narcissist abuse and what it actually looked like. So you guys know that you're not crazy. People tell you, you just making things up. You'll see real stories of how children were being abused, how people were being abused, how people of position were being abused, and what they were taught by their parents and caregivers, and how did I get into something like this? I did, and they were embarrassed, and the shame associated with it and being discarded. And a lot of you were talking about how the new supply and the narcissist flaunted what they were doing and how they were doing, the vacations they were going on, the food, the thoughts of murder that was in their mind, wanting to kill them, the suicidal thoughts, all that is in the book. And it's a quick, easy read too. And so those of you that have bought the book, thank you so much for supporting me. Share it with your teenagers because some of your teenagers are going through it already. Thank you so much for supporting me. Make sure you go to my mentor's YouTube channel. It is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper, and subscribe to her channel. Make sure we get her numbers up. And she brings you narcissist abuse from a spiritual and biblical perspective. And so a lot of you have questions concerning the Bible and concerning narcissist abuse. And a lot of you are wondering about divorce and being in a relationship and being in the church or being a Christian. She gives you those answers. And she's very good at what she does, very experienced and what she's talking about. And we partner, and I stay more to the clinical side of the house. Those of you also, I'm going to be talking about it, quite often. Those of you that are on the East Coast that are able to travel to Greensboro, North Carolina on November 16th, I will be there with Miss Tiara Carpenter of Project Identity Incorporated. I will be her main speaker. Please come and join me. It's a very nominal fee, $25 general admission, $10 for students. So if you're a student, $10 to come. If you guys have my book, I'm gonna try to get some books to bring with me. If you have the book and you purchase the book, bring the book and I will sign your book. I will sign your books, giving me an opportunity to sign and talk to you guys and meet you guys, find out who is on the YouTube channel. Bring me your YouTube handle. Let me know who you are. I want to see your face. I want to be able to shake your hands. I want to, give you a hug and talk to you guys. Come out and support her. She's doing an awesome thing. Go check out her webpage. It is www.projectidentityinc.org. Support her. She's a young woman who has a nonprofit organization that's making change in her community, helping people that have been abused, all people, all races, all sexualities. It doesn't matter. She's helping people, and helping our young ones. We want someone that's young and passionate for the young people, to help them with being bullied, with being abused. You guys help her, support her, donate. If you can't come, go. She does have a Eventbrite link on the flyer. Go to my community tab or go to my Facebook page. She has, I put the flyer up there, and she does have a link to Eventbrite so you can purchase the tickets in advance. If you can't come, just donate to her. Donate to her to help her cause. You know, she's a young woman that's trying to make this thing work, make this thing happen. And we want someone like, we didn't have someone like her back in our day. You know, for those of you that are mature, you know, like fine wine. Not vinegar, fine wine. You know, those of us that are mature now, we didn't have someone like her. You know, if we had someone like her, we may not have been in the situations that we were in. And so go support her. You know, and I'll be in Greensboro, North Carolina. I had to find out the place that I'll be at, but it is on the flyer. I have it in my community tab and I have it on the Facebook page. Come out there and meet me. I want to meet you guys. I want to see who I'm talking to on YouTube and Facebook. I want to see you guys. Some of you guys have shared your stories. I want to know who you are. You know, let's shake hands. Let's talk. You know, let me sign your books. You know, come out there and support her. Her name is Tiara Carpenter, Project Identity Incorporated. Look it up on the web. Go to Eventbrite, purchase a ticket. Even if you can't come, purchase a ticket to support her and give her the support that she needs. She's doing an awesome thing in the community. Let's support her. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you guys know the links are right below the YouTube channel links are, well, the links are right below my YouTube video. And for those of you that have donated, thank you so much for donating to the cause. I do have my Cash App and PayPal link under there if you would like to donate. Thank you so much for making this happen for me and helping me to continue bring you this information and the questions. You know, thank you guys so much. Now you guys go and be great.